I'm going to show you how to install these Sherpa window racks on a 5th generation Subaru Forester. The only tools you will need to install this are a 4mm, whether it be an Allen key or a ratchet with a 4mm Allen socket, and an 11mm wrench. Just to note, you will need a frame-mount roof rack from Sherpa in order to install these, but with that out of the way, I'm Kyle from Adventure One. Let's jump right in. Now, before we start putting any of the window rack together, the first thing we want to do is to line it up with the roof rack. So on the roof rack, you're going to have 3 holes here and a slot. So 2 small square holes, 1 larger hole, and a slot. On your window rack, you're going to have the same thing. 2 smaller holes, 1 larger hole, and the larger slot, we have the smaller slot as well. So if we line it all up, what we're going to be doing here is seeing what hardware we need to use, or if we're going to need to add any additional hardware. Now in our case, we have 2 crossbars that line up with the slots, so we'll just reuse the screws that are from those crossbars. If your crossbars are set up in a way where you don't have 2 crossbars lined up like mine, Sherpa does provide additional hardware in the window rack kit for you to secure it to the roof rack. Sherpa wants you to secure it with 4 bolts, no less. You can do more than 4 if you want, but 4 is plenty. And in our case, we could just reuse the screws that are already in the rack. We don't need to add any more. Now, with that being said, let's put the window rack together. So we have our rack here on the bench. Sherpa does require you to install any accessories on the rack first before mounting it to the car. In our case, we will be installing a Rotopax mount. So on the back of the Rotopax mount here, we have our 2 threaded holes for our bolts. And on the rack here, this X and this middle area here, that is where the Rotopax mount goes onto, and we'll be using these 2 slots here. So all we need to do is take the mount, we'll place it underneath, we'll mount the rack on top of it, and using the 2 13mm bolts from the Rotopax mount kit, we will go ahead and install those. And we'll use a 13mm socket to tighten those up. And our Rotopax mount is attached. So now that we have our accessories mounted, we can now focus on our 2 suction cups. These are what are used to mount the rack to the bottom of the window. And what we'll do is we'll turn it back over, and we will put in this suction cup first. This is the one by itself. They do come pre-assembled, ready to go. So we'll just slot this one in, just like that. Now this one here comes with a metal standoff, and the way the standoff works is that you have these 2 small holes here, and in the kit, you'll take 1 bolt, 1 washer, slot it in here. We'll slot it through the front into the back, and we will slot it through our standoff, and then we just need an additional washer and one of the nylon locking nuts, and thread that on until it stops, and then we'll do it again for that top hole. Go in from the front, slot it through, washer, nylon locking nut. So then we'll take our 11mm wrench, we'll put it on the nut, and then we'll use our 4mm X socket or Allen key, whichever you have, and we will thread it and tighten it down. All right. Both our suction cups are mounted, so let's go install the window rack on the car. Now we're back at the vehicle and we're going to remove the hardware that we need to remove in order to mount the rack on. Now something to note, a crossbar like this one, which is just one of the additional crossbars to add, when you remove the hardware, the crossbar itself is going to want to fall down, so I put this microfiber sponge here to protect the paint just in case it falls too far. You can use a microfiber towel, paper towels, an old t-shirt, whatever you have around, just something to protect the paint with. But on a crossbar like this one, this is one of the main crossbar supports that connects the rack to the car. So rather than the crossbar itself falling down or sort of lowering when you take the bolts out, the whole rack itself is going to fall down a little bit. So keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and remove these 4 bolts. And we're using our 4mm hex socket or Allen key for that as well. It's a long bolt, so you can take it out most of the way with the ratchet and then get the rest by hand. That's one. I don't necessarily recommend taking the screws on and off with an impact. You could get them pretty tight with just the ratchet, but it's just, you wouldn't want to over torque these bolts and then they break off in the aluminum extrusion, or the bolts themselves could strip out the threads in the aluminum extrusion. We don't want to do that. So I'll line up our rack here with those holes again. And Sherpa does encourage you to do this part with 2 people. I was able to manage just by myself. I take off my glove here. It's hard to hold screws with gloves on. Now, unfortunately here, my microphone died, but all that was left to do in the process was to tighten up all the screws into the roof rack. I went through each screw twice and gave them a little bit extra. You don't need to torque them. Hand tightening them is fine. Just give them a little bit extra. And after the screws are tight, we could push the bottom on and make sure the suction cups are getting proper contact. I pushed on each suction cup and in the middle as well to get everything seated correctly. And once we do that, the rack itself is done. Now here is our finished window rack fully installed on our Forester. Now you will notice a slight increase in wind noise on the highway, but that is a side effect of doing modifications like this, so it is nothing out of the ordinary. Now if you want to see the install of this Fremont rack from Sherpa, you can click on the video right over there, and it's not a full install video, but it is my thoughts on the installation process, so if you want to check that out, go ahead and check out that video right over there, and I'll see you over there.